So you're thinking about becoming a teacher. That's fantastic. But right out of the gate, you're faced with a huge choice. Should you get your training online or on a traditional campus? It's a decision that really sets the stage for your whole career. So let's break it all down. And believe me, this isn't just about what's convenient or what's cheaper. This choice is going to shape how you learn, the skills you pick up, and the professional network you start building from day one. It's literally the first big step of your professional journey. At the end of the day, it really boils down to these two fundamental models. You've got the campus path, the classic structured in-person university experience. And then you have the digital path, which is all about flexibility, remote learning, and an online-first approach. To help you navigate this, here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start by defining the two paths. Then we'll jump into flexibility, the actual learning experience, and of course, cost and community. And finally, we'll give you a framework to help you choose the path that is perfect for you.
Okay, first things first. Let's get crystal clear on what we actually mean when we say traditional versus digital training.
So traditional training, this is probably what pops into your head when you think college, right? It's all campus-based, you got face-to-face lectures, a schedule that's pretty much set in stone, and that direct in-person interaction with your classmates and professors. Now, on the flip side, you've got digital training, and this is a whole different ballgame. All your course materials, lectures, assignments, everything is delivered remotely. This gives you incredible flexibility with your schedule and means you can learn from pretty much anywhere. All right, let's dig into what is, for many of you, probably the biggest factor of all, flexibility and pacing. I mean, how does each of these paths actually fit into your real everyday life? And wow, when you put them side by side like this, the difference in your weekly schedule is just night and day. The traditional path basically asks you to fit your life around its fixed on-campus schedule. The digital path, especially with asynchronous options, lets the program fit around your life. That rigid structure of the traditional path? It's really a double-edged sword. On one hand, that fixed schedule is great for creating routine and discipline, and it gives you a very clear line between school time and home time. But it's way less adaptable if you're trying to juggle a job or family. And let's not forget the commute. That's a huge chunk of time you can't get back. And the digital path? Well, it comes with its own set of trade-offs. That amazing flexibility makes it perfect for career changers or parents, letting you study when you are at your best. The catch? It demands some serious self-discipline and time management skills. To succeed, you have to become the master of your own schedule, which can be tough when your living room is also your classroom.
Okay, let's move beyond just schedules for a minute. What does it actually feel like to learn in these two different environments? This is where theory really starts to meet practice.
When it comes to hands-on learning, the environments are worlds apart. Traditional programs give you direct, physical access to awesome campus resources like curriculum labs and massive libraries. Digital programs, on the other hand, lean into virtual simulations and cutting-edge digital tools. And they'll work with you to get your student teaching placement set up right in your local area. There's just something about being on campus, right? It creates this really immersive culture. It's where you have those spontaneous chats with the professor after class, get immediate face-to-face feedback, and can tap into the university's long-standing partnerships with local schools for your practical experience. But don't think the digital classroom is just sitting around watching videos. No way. You're developing a completely different and just as vital set of skills. You'll master the very digital tools that modern classrooms run on, building that tech fluency every teacher needs now. Plus, you're learning how to build a community online, which is an absolutely critical skill for any 21st century educator. Okay, let's talk about two things that are on everyone's mind: money and people. What's the financial investment look like? And how in the world do you build your professional network? Now, tuition itself can sometimes be pretty comparable. It often just depends on the school. But where you really see the difference is in all the other costs. With traditional programs, you're paying for housing, meal plans, commuting, all of that adds up. With digital programs, those costs are pretty much gone, though you might find yourself investing a bit more in your home tech setup. And what about finding your people? Building that all-important professional network. On campus, a lot of those connections happen organically, in study groups, at campus events. Online, you have to be a bit more intentional. You have to actively join the forums, show up for virtual meetups. But here's a cool bonus. You often end up connecting with a much more geographically diverse group of future colleagues. Okay, we've looked at flexibility, the experience, the cost, and the community.
So now let's bring it all together and figure out how you can make the best decision for you. So after all that, what's the right choice? Well, here's the thing. There is no single best path. There's only the path that's best for you. And figuring that out starts with some really honest self-reflection.
To help you do that, here's a little checklist for you. 4 key things to really think about. First, take a hard look at your life logistics, your job, your family, your schedule. Second, define your budget. What's realistic for you? Third, be really honest about your learning style. Do you need that external structure to thrive, or are you an independent self-starter? And finally, think about your career goals. Does one path offer a network that might be better for where you want to end up?
And one last thing to keep in your back pocket. The lines between these two paths are getting really blurry these days. A lot of universities are now offering hybrid programs that try to give you the best of both worlds, the flexibility of online classes combined with some really valuable in-person experiences.
And that really leaves us with a big, thought-provoking question for the future, doesn't it? Instead of this either-or choice, is the future of teacher training actually a personalized hybrid path that can meet the unique needs of every single aspiring educator? Something to think about.